Welcome, my name is Jessica and today I'll be talking to you about Lightroom. We'll cover many things such as importing, labeling, saving pictures, and much more. Pretty much the basic guidelines that you need to know while working with Lightroom. Firstly, before we start, I want to make sure that your files and photos are always backed up in a safe place. So one of the ways that you can do this is you simply go to the top of your computer at File and you go to New Folder. A new folder is going to appear and then you can just click it, and I'm just going to title it Raw, for example. So you'll always have this on your desktop. Another thing that you can do is save your files, like even folders such as the raw one we just made, and other pictures onto USB key, which is also very helpful. But probably one of the safest things, just to make things a lot more safer, is to get a hard drive for your computer. This way, everything you save on your computer will save onto your hard drive. So that way, if your computer crashes, it doesn't matter. All your stuff will be safe on there. So what we're going to do now is I want to get you guys to plug in whatever device you have, USB key, camera, whatever you have pictures on, and just plug it into your computer now. So I'm just going to plug mine in. So you're going to have this pop up. You don't need it, so you can just close it for now. So what you're going to do is I'm going to get you to open Lightroom. So we're just going to have this open. So basically, I have pictures on here already. You guys might already have pictures on here already. But just as a refresher, if you want to import photos, do whatever, on your left-hand side, right here, you'll see that there's an import button. So simply click import. And whatever device you plugged in, all the pictures on that device are going to pop up. So let's say you have a lot of pictures. You definitely don't want all these pictures. So what you might do is just click uncheck all right here at the bottom, and then you can select whatever photos you may like, and you can select them by clicking the little box in the top right corner right here. So let's say I only want these files. So just make sure once you're done, make sure it always says copy as DNG at the top. Once you have your photo selected and it says copy as DNG, simply just click import. This bar at the top right here, you'll see that the photos are loading. Once that bar is done loading, it means all your photos are done loading, and all your photos will turn up at the very end that you selected. So once I have all these pictures that I just imported, it's a good idea to have two folders, one on your desktop and one in Lightroom, but we'll get to the Lightroom one a little bit later. So minimize Lightroom for now. So do the same thing, create a new folder just like I taught you with your raw one. I created one just called Pics, and if I open that, you can see that I made two folders inside a folder. So I made one saying good and one saying raw. If I click on that, I have my good photos, same thing with raw photos. So if you need to make a folder, you click the settings button inside, and then you click new folder, you can label it, no problems there. So it's good to have them on your desktop as well. So going back into Lightroom, now you're going to get a lot of pictures and it's hard to manage them sometimes. So there's a lot of different ways you can manage them. One way that you can manage them that I'm not a big fan of, but a lot of people do enjoy it, is you can keep track of your photos by color coding them. It's a good thing to do for school assignments. You could do a different color for a different class. So simply what you do is you just click on a photo and you right click the photo, and when you right click the photo, just go down and you'll see set color label. You'll see a whole bunch of colors, so let's say I'm going to choose the color green. So when you choose green, if I click off the picture, you'll see that the bottom, going back to this picture, the little picture is highlighted green around it, and if I actually click on it, it has a green border around it in the bottom of my film strip. So that's one way you can kind of organize them. And on top of color saving them, one of the things that I actually really like to do is you can rate your photos. It's kind of good because then you'll see your star photos, as I like to call them. So you can rate your photos being 5, you love them, and right here you can see stars, they're not highlighted. So if I want 3 stars, you can see on my image that 3 stars will show up at the bottom. Say I like 5, I love the photo, I hate the photo, maybe 1 star. So you can do that, and if you don't feel like clicking for whatever reason, you can hit Control 1 and it sets to 1, Control 2, it sets to 2 stars. So that's just another simple way that you can do that. Now, along with rating your pictures and color coding them, it's also a good idea to make a folder. Just put them all into place so that way it's easier for you to find stuff. So what you do is right here on the left-hand side, right where you see folders, there's a little plus sign to the right of that. Click the plus sign, you click Add Folder. Make a folder, title it just like on the desktop, and it's going to appear right below where it says folder. And then see how I have like my school right here, and then underneath my school I have all these different folders. So those are my subfolders. If you want to do that, you highlight it. So I'll highlight my name, Jessica, and then I'll click that, and I'll click Add Subfolder to add folders underneath of that folder. So it's really simple, really easy. Then you can just copy your pictures into your folder, and then it's easy to find stuff. So I'll just click on this, and then I have my pictures just under that, so it's really easy. So one other thing, once again, also helps manages your photos, is if you want to name your photos. You can really, it's up to you if you want to or not, but it's a good thing to do. I like doing it, especially for assignments. You know which ones are your good ones. You can title them, just good to know. So you want to click on Library, which we're already on, and then you want to scroll down until you see Metadata. When you see Metadata, it says File Name. So if I click on File Name, and I'm on the picture I want, I'll just name this one Bug. So I type in Bug, and now it says Bug JPEG. So if I click off, you can see that I'll say like DCS, whatever the original photo was. But if I click on the one that I named, it says Bug. So I know which photos are which. So now, it's really just good to know your list of modules, all of them. So you have your library, your develop, which is also really good. So if you look under, for example, develop, since we're on it, there's red eye correction, you have exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, basically everything you want, tone curves, everything. You can pretty much do whatever you want on Lightroom. It can change your image, just a whole bunch of really cool stuff you can do. And then when you go to print, same thing, you can choose your ruler units, your inches, the spacing of your pictures if you want more than one spacing, and like even see how if you fool around with stuff, you can see spacing, the label will pop up when you labeled it. So just a lot of really cool, great things. So going back to metadata, there's a lot of stuff under here. So you can just fool around, and then I just went to presets and I went to edit presets. When you go to edit presets, it says copy name, camera info, IPT copyright. This stuff is really important, especially here. It says IPT creator. It says creator, city address, all that stuff. You don't need to fill all that stuff out, but it's a really good idea to fill out creator. So just go through the stuff, fill out the necessaries. So when it says creator, I'll just put like @Jessica, and then you can put your last name, you can do whatever you want. So this way, when you create it, and I push done, and I'll save as, and then I could do the preset. Let's just do the same thing. I'll just put @Jessica, create. It pretty much puts a name, a copyright name on your photo. This way, people can't steal your work. It's yours. It has your name on it. No one can take that away from you. So basically, try to keep everything organized. As you can see, I have all my stuff organized under my files, my assignments, just my imports, my schoolwork, just my own pictures. So it's a really great thing for you to do. And you can always just fool around. Since you have no backup pictures, you can fool around with your pictures and basically do whatever you want. Fool around with them. If you ruin them, change the color, it's okay because you have your backup ones. And I hope I helped with any questions you guys may have had. And remember to always try to follow these simple steps to help you organize